Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this channel. My name's Christiana Davidson. I'm a psychotherapist and a hypnotherapist, and I specialize, as I'm sure you know, in the area of dysfunctional families, childhood trauma, particularly that which results from a narcissistic family system. Basically, when you have a narcissistic parent or two. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. And also, if you'd like to work with me, please have a look. There's a link in the description below where you can book in for a free consultation. Okay, so the topic today is the narcissistic parent. Their image is king. So we're going to explore the centrality of the image that the narcissistic parent needs to maintain and how that affects us as children of a narcissistic parent and the impact that it has on us as well, and how we need to also take a good look at ourselves as adults and how we're perpetuating that image is king pattern. So, for the highly narcissistic or fully narcissistic parent, their image is everything. What do I mean by image? Well, it is the need to be seen by others in a particularly flattering light. The narcissistic parent presents an image to the world. In other words, they put on a show in public that they wish to be known and admired for. But it's put on. It doesn't come from within. It's something that they put on and its purpose is to hide the truth from the public, from others. It's a show that they step into when they go out, particularly, or when they encounter another. So this image that the narcissistic parent puts on could be somatic or cerebral, depending on their leanings, where they get their supply from, either cerebrally, which is the intellect, or somatically, the physical. So if you have a more somatic narcissistic parent, it might be an image of great beauty. So they might spend ages getting ready, lots of makeup, needing to have everything in place, never wanting anybody to see them without makeup on or without being put together perfectly. They may need to be seen as physically attractive. So, always being on a diet, always, focusing on the appearance of the body, wanting to wear the latest trends or the right clothes and looking to others to figure out what they need to, how they need to present to keep up with what's sort of seen as successful or trendy or whatever along those lines. And there might be a desperate need also to sort of when out in public to get some affirmation for the physical appearance. So whether that's eye contact, admiring looks, looks from the opposite sex. It's to make sure that they are getting supply for their physical appearance, for their physical image, basically. Or you may have had a parent who was more along the lines of the cerebral, the intellectual one. So they'll be looking for supply from others who admire them for their career success or their learnedness, how many degrees they've got, how many books they've read, how much power they have, over others, their money. But this can also be in terms of their spirituality. They may get supply from being seen as the most upstanding one in church, or the leader in church, or the one who's closest to God, or been sent from God. That kind of that's also a cerebral form of public image that gains supply. So this image is presented in public. And the thing is, because this image is put on, it is false. In other words, this is the false image of the narcissist. It doesn't come from a genuine expression of authenticity of who they are. It's actually a defense mechanism. The children of the narcissistic parent are simply there as accessories to support this public image. Now, this public image is how the narcissistic person, parent, chose to cope with trauma. So it's a trauma response. And when out in public, the narcissist is in a highly stressful state. So they're in a trauma response state because they can't control things. They can't control the external. So what can they do? They can control their image. And when we're in that kind of fight, flight, freeze, fawn state, our focus is on our survival generally. We become, all of us do, become almost narcissistic because it's a life or death situation. You've got to like, what do I need to do here to survive? And that's how the narcissist is in public. The narcissistic parent is like, what do I need to do here to maintain this image that is my survival, my life, that is me. And if that goes, I'm nothing. I have nothing. I will be nobody. And so therefore you can see how children are going to be like dragged along to cooperate to support that image because it is a survival thing. That doesn't justify it though. So children must take part in the stage show of their parent as supporting actors to the star of the show, and thus ensure a standing ovation in every encounter. If they do this, if the children do this well, they are allowed to share in the supply that the narcissist gets. In fact, they get supply by seeing the narcissistic parent full of supply. That's when they feel loved, is when the parent is full of narcissistic supply. That brings them happiness. So in order to be loved, the child of the narcissistic parent learns to also put on a public show for others so that the secret remains hidden. And what is the secret? The secret is about what happens at home. What is shameful that needs to be kept hidden as a secret is home. Home is a shameful place. And it's something that we need to not allow others to see. That's what we learn as the child of a narcissistic parent. So we learn to put on a show and never allow anyone to see the authentic home, which is shameful. The child learns that its home is something shameful. It's a shameful place. behind the scenes. And because children are egocentric, they believe that mummy or daddy is different at home than the public image because of them. That they cause mummy or daddy to be different to the public image, which is really them. That when mummy and daddy come home, it's because of them that they become different to that image. That mum or dad is not their public image self at home because they are so unhappy with them, with the child, with the home. The home is a home because of the child, really. Children make a home or a family. So children take on this belief that they are the shame of the parent that needs to be hidden, that they are the cause of their parents' home image. And that if they weren't there, the parent would always be the public image. It's the child that kind of spoils the public image that the parent could have been always without them. And so it's easy to see now why so many adults who come from a narcissistic family system or narcissistic parent go on to repeat this exact pattern. They too adopt a compulsive need to control their public image because they believe they are shameful. They believe that their authentic self is what they need to keep hidden because that's what they were taught. The home, when, authentic is the home image, really. So how does this play out? And you may recognize yourself in this, somatically, you may find that if you had a somatic narcissistic parent, you might find yourself really focused on your physical presentation in public. Maybe you're over-exercising, trying to control your appearance. You might be prone to dieting, plastic surgery, believing if you can just change this, then I'll feel worthy, I'll feel better, I'll feel lovable. You might feel the need to keep up with latest trends and fashion and not feel, find yourself changing outfits loads and loads of times before going out or anything like that. Or you may be more prone to the cerebral. You may find yourself needing to get another degree or read all the books, go for the next successful thing, the next thing on the ladder, the next success. You need to know it all. You need to, be able to comment on everything. Work. Public image. And this all stems from a deeply, deeply destructive, faulty focus that comes out of this narcissistic family system, where image is king. Image is God. Public image, rather, is everything. Public image is what makes you have worth as a human being. And that is taught by narcissistic parents to their children. That's the message they pass on. That's the instruction they give. That's the wisdom they pass on. But of course, this misses the mark completely. It misses what is really important to strive for in life. And this is what children need to hear today. It's what our world needs to hear. What each of us needs to hear again and again is that beauty, money, success, who you're hanging out with, all the rest of it, is not really a reflection of what is important or makes you lovable or successful. What's really important to put your energy into is your character. Your character must be your king. That's what we should be focusing on. You know, what type of person am I? How do I treat others? Am I out for my own good all the time? What is my moral character? That's the image we need to be most wanting to work on. It's kind of rather than being known for what I am, being known for who I am. Because each of us leaves a legacy, whether we have children or not. Each of us passes on wisdom. Each of us passes on a legacy. And you can either pass on a superficial beauty, an empty one, all about externals, or a truly beautiful, inspiring one, an internal beauty where character is king. I hope that was helpful, everyone. I really do like to include that, you know, the sort of self-reflection that we all need to do, having come from a narcissistic family system. It does require a lot of us, actually, and it's good to see the cause, but then we also need to take responsibility for breaking the pattern. And that's what I'm all about, and I'm here to help you do, as I continue to do it in my own life, and it's a daily thing. Take care, everybody, and I shall see you again very soon.